Turkey is a founding member of the United Nations, 1945, the OECD, 1961, the OIC, 1969, the OSCE, 1973, the ECO, 1985, the BSEC, 1992, the D8, 1997, and the G20 Major Economies, 1999. Turkey was a member of the United Nations Security Council in 1951-1952, 1954-1955, 1961, and 2009-2010. In September 2013, Turkey became a member of the Asia Cooperation Dialogue, ACD. In line with its traditional Western orientation, relations with Europe have always been a central part of Turkish foreign policy. Turkey became one of the first members of the Council of Europe in 1949, applied for associate membership of the EEC, predecessor of the European Union, in 1959 and became an associate member in 1963. After decades of political negotiations, Turkey applied for full membership of the EEC in 1987, became an associate member of the Western European Union in 1992, joined the EU Customs Union in 1995 and has been in formal accession negotiations with the EU since 2005. Today, EU membership is considered as a state policy and a strategic target by Turkey. Turkey's support for Northern Cyprus in the Cyprus dispute complicates Turkey's relations with the EU and remains a major stumbling block to the country's EU accession bid. The other defining aspect of Turkey's foreign policy is the country's strategic alliance with the United States. The common threat posed by the Soviet Union during the Cold War led to Turkey's membership of NATO in 1952, ensuring close bilateral relations with Washington. Subsequently, Turkey benefited from the United States' political, economic, and diplomatic support, including in key issues such as the country's bid to join the European Union 119. In the post-Cold War environment, Turkey's geostrategic importance shifted towards its proximity to the Middle East, the Caucasus, and the Balkans. The independence of the Turkic states of the Soviet Union in 1991, with which Turkey shares a common cultural and linguistic heritage, allowed Turkey to extend its economic and political relations deep into Central Asia, thus enabling the completion of a multi-billion-dollar oil and natural gas pipeline from Baku in Azerbaijan to the port of Ceyhan in Turkey. The Baku-Tbilisi-Ceyhan pipeline forms part of Turkey's foreign policy strategy to become an energy conduit to the West. However, Turkey's border with Armenia, a state in the Caucasus, was closed by Turkey in support of Azerbaijan during the Nagorno-Karabakh War and remains closed. Under the AK Party government, Turkey's influence has grown in the formerly Ottoman territories of the Middle East and the Balkans, based on the strategic depth doctrine, a terminology that was coined by Ahmet Davutoglu for defining Turkey's increased engagement in regional foreign policy issues, also called Neo-Ottomanism. Following the Arab Spring in December 2010 and the choices made by the AK Party for supporting certain political opposition groups in the affected countries, this policy has led to tensions with some Arab states, such as Turkey's neighbor Syria since the start of the Syrian civil war, and with Egypt after the ousting of President Mohamed Morsi. As of 2014, Turkey doesn't have an ambassador in Syria, Egypt, and Israel. Diplomatic relations with the latter country were severed after its bombing raids on the Gaza Strip. This has left Turkey with few allies in the East Mediterranean, where rich natural gas fields have recently been discovered, and is in sharp contrast with the original goals that were set by the Foreign Minister, currently Prime Minister, Ahmet Davutoglu in his Zero Problems with Neighbors foreign policy doctrine. Turkey has maintained forces in international missions under the United Nations and NATO since 1950, including peacekeeping missions in Somalia and former Yugoslavia, and support to coalition forces in the First Gulf War. Turkey maintains 36,000 troops in northern Cyprus, though their presence is controversial, and assists Iraqi Kurdistan with security. 135 Turkey has had troops deployed in Afghanistan as part of the United States Stabilization Force and the unauthorized, NATO-commanded International Security Assistance Force, ISAF, since 2001. Since 2003, Turkey contributes military personnel to Eurocorps and takes part in the EU battle groups.